How's it going, everybody? My name is Alex Pites. We are out here at MSR Houston in Houston, Texas. We have a special video for you today. We are out here testing the 2024 Chevrolet Corvette ERay. It's our new shop test mule. We got a lot of stuff in store for this thing, and right now we're just out here getting some baseline data. So far, what we have done is we've done the track alignment. I actually went to 2.5 degrees negative camber in the rear as opposed to the 2 or 2.1 that they call for, and 2.7 degrees negative camber in the front, and in the toe that they want as well, and subsequently the caster. In addition to that, we have changed out to Motul 660 brake fluid, so we are ready for the track. Now, I do want to note, we are on the all seasons, we are not on the 4S. This car did not come with the 4S option, so that's really the main difference here. But nonetheless, these all seasons so far have been awesome in rain and everything else. And we did a few warm-up laps out here already, and we're pretty impressed. And I'm very happy with the all seasons for what they are. You can stay out there on track, do lap and lap and lap. It's been a lot of fun so far. But now we're gonna go out there. This is probably gonna be our final session, and we're gonna get a solid baseline number for you guys. Just wanted to get a little warm up, get a feel for the car. It's been a while since I've driven on track because I've been so busy getting the car going, getting the shop going, all the expansion we've been doing, focusing on all the turbo kits, getting you guys all the best products and service that we can give you. And now we're ready to take it a step further with the ERay, and this is where it all begins. So we're really excited about this, guys. Stick around, it's gonna be awesome. Gonna get some good footage for you, and we're gonna have some fun. All right, we just got off track. This thing is an absolute monster. Even on the all seasons, we ran a 1:47.7. That's the best lap time of the day. Now my predictive, when I go around the start finish, will start to creep in to get a little bit faster, but I know we're getting right about at the edge of what these tires can do, the all seasons that is, because going in past the launch, if you guys are familiar with MSR Houston, past the launch, you got that little right-hander, a little left-hander, and they're actually got a little bit sideways, and you'll see in some of the in-car footage. So I know we're like right at the limit of what these tires can do. But nonetheless, this thing is an absolute rocket ship out of the corners. I cannot be happier with this thing, even on the all seasons. So, I mean, other tires are gonna be at least 3-4 seconds faster, just changing tires. So I cannot wait to see the results that we get. I'd really like to put a set of Cup 2Rs on here and see how it goes. But also, again, I want to test the 200 treadwear Vitors as well as some other tires as well. So we'll see how things go with that. But then beyond that, I'm really excited to put the coilovers on this thing. Now, granted, the suspension right now is actually really well suited for this track because it is kind of bumpy, but you don't feel any of it with this suspension. And yes, it's not as stiff as the Z06. And a lot of people say, oh, the E-Ray is not a track car. I don't believe that. This thing is an absolute track monster. And with that front grip, you cannot beat it. The weight, you don't feel the weight. And also, we haven't even talked about the regen. The regen is fantastic. I mean, you go 3 flyers and you're about at 20-30% battery, but even with that, you're still getting 130 horsepower. I had somebody ride with me, my buddy Brian Matucci, he rode with me. He was watching the horsepower output from the front motor the whole time. And even when it says boost limited in the bottom left, you still got up to 130 horsepower of boost from the front motor. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. And then you go on a cool down lap, you're at like say 30-25% battery, you go on a cool down lap, you get all the way up to 100% before you even get a pass to start finish, and you're good to go. Okay, so let's talk about lap times a little bit. Right now, just to give you some context, in my Stingray, the 2020, the black car as we call it, we ran on the 4S's with the track alignment, everything all stock. It was about a 1 minute 50 second lap out here. That was counterclockwise. Right now we are running clockwise. The best lap so far that we've put down is a 1 minute and 49 second. Now again, I haven't driven in a while, so that is a factor, and I'm trying to remove that from the equation. I'm getting some lap times in, getting some seat time, getting reacquainted with the track, and so that's gonna be, not really a factor moving forward. But beyond that, to give you an idea, in my C7 Z06, the best time I ran out here was a 1 minute 42 second time, and that was counterclockwise. And that was with about another 90 horsepower or so with coilovers and 200 treadwear tires. These tires right now are 540 treadwear tires. So they're a lot stiffer or a lot more harder tires than what you're used to with a 200 treadwear or even the Cup 2R, which is 140 treadwear. So later we want to test with the Cup 2R 140 treadwear tire, which will be interesting. We're also going to test with our 200 treadwear tire for Optima and for Grid Life, some other things, especially the 200 classes. We plan to run the Vitor tire combination. So that's going to be interesting as well. So we're going to be testing different tire combinations, seeing what that does. And then from there, we're going to move to a coilover combination from ERay, and that's going to be pretty interesting. But interesting fact here, the ERay actually has a different front shock tower. So the ERay setups that we've been running, we'll have to change that. We have to make a new shock mount specific to the ERay because the front is different, because they had to make some room for the electric motor and to make all that work in conjunction with the car. So that's going to be interesting as well. So cool stuff. It's going to be a specific product that's going to be launching on our website. Keep an eye out for that, and for all the ERay specific things we're going to be coming out with. All right, so I want to talk a little bit more about the data collection that we've been doing here. We've been using HP Tuner's Track Addict combined with the Q-Star's GPS transceiver. So we see about 10 hertz of frequency with that transceiver. Works really well, gets us really accurate data on track. 10 hertz is a pretty darn good collection speed. Beyond that, Track Addict also can log a lot of different data from the OBD, throttle position, steering angle, braking, a lot of different parameters that you want to know. Engine RPM, of course, intake air temperatures, engine coolant temperatures, and to that point, this car stayed very cool the entire time on track. Never got above like 195, if I remember correctly. Now it is about 54 degrees ambient right now, so it's a nice little brisk day, but it's really nice, perfect racing weather. Beyond that, we are also using the onboard PDR. Of course, you guys are probably familiar with that, but it logs so much data, and you use the Cosworth app with that. You can see tire temperatures, temperature gains in the tires, pressure gains in the tires as you're going round and round, lap by lap. And of course, all kinds of other data, which is specific to Corvette and the data you want to see from it when you're trying to figure out how to dial in the car and reduce your lap times. I mean, there's always time to be gained. Data collection is key to everything. And any guy that you see that goes out there is doing time attack especially, they're just so involved in the data. And especially me, because I'm a very analytical person, so I love the data. And Track Addict really gives you a lot of ability to do that, and very quickly. You can look at it on your phone. You've got it up here. I've got a little mount, Panavise mount. They work really well. They're super strong mounts. Put it up there. I press go, and it knows the track already. The track's already saved in there, and when you go around, you see your lap time. You start going cross, start, finish. And if it's green, you know you're going faster than what you were last time. So that's your predictive lap time. And so when I'm sitting there and it's going green, white, then I know I'm like right there, I'm at the edge, and I'm not going any faster right now. So it's just good, quick reference you have out there on track. So really excited about that. And HP tuners, of course, you know, you can use MPVI3, plug in an OBD port. It's already in the OBD port because I'm using that with Track Addict, but you can also do your standalone data logging with HP tuners to collect all your specific engine data, your direct memory reads, your SAE PIDs, whatever you're looking at. You can collect all that data with HP tuners and see if the engine's running properly and see if there's any gains to be made or adjustments to be made to the tune, and use HP tuners VCM editor to do that, and the scanner, of course, to look at that data. So combined, you got a lot of information at your fingertips that you can use to make your car better and make you better as a driver. For you guys who maybe haven't been to the track in your Corvette before and you'd like to try it out, it's a heck of a lot of fun. I really enjoy it a lot. So some of the things you want to do, some suggestions for you, you're going to go to what's called HPDE. That's High Performance Driving Education. And all of your various outfits, SCCA, NASA, BMW clubs, so on and so forth, many of those have those HPDE programs. So you'll go out, get signed up with whatever organization you want to sign up with. Go out there, you're going to be like HPDE 4, I believe, and then they're going to move you up from there. And so they're going to have instructors, they're going to sit in car with you around track. You're going to go slow, you're not going to be doing any passing or anything like that. And it's going to get you really, you know, geared up and what you got to do and be safe. Safety is the biggest thing, of course. And so to that point, of course, you're going to need to get a helmet. And now this is the last year of the Snell 2015 because it is 2025. We're going into 25 right now. So you're going to make sure you got a newest helmet. It's going to be a 2020 helmet, I believe, or a 2025 when that comes out. But yeah, so basically just the helmet is the biggest thing. And then just talk to your local organization you're working with, and they'll tell you their exact things that they want you to have for safety gear. Beyond that, just come out with a good attitude and stay hydrated, of course. That's the biggest thing. Get a good night's sleep and have a lot of fun, be prepared. It drains you. You'd be surprised to get off track running all day. You're tired, you know? And one thing that we always want to do, of course, is prepare our car. So the biggest things you want to do is get rid of that .3 brake fluid, get a good solid .4. I like Motul 660. Some guys run the Castrol SRF. The SRF is supposed to be better, requires less bleeding throughout the year. I don't know, I don't have that data, but that's what I hear. Beyond that, of course, make sure your tire's in good condition. Check your alignment, make sure your alignment's good. Now I got the track alignment here, but you don't necessarily have to do that. But yeah, just make sure that you're mechanically sound and tighten your lug nuts, torque them down, make sure that's good to go. Of course, you don't want a wheel falling off in the middle of the track. That would be bad. But beyond that, yeah, just have a good time and enjoy that Corvette for what it's meant to be used for, or whatever car you got. So just some final closing thoughts for you guys. Overall, I am absolutely floored with the performance of this vehicle. Right out of the box, you cannot beat it. Now, the Z06 is awesome as well. I've driven those. We got our twin turbo kits on those, and we're gonna have a twin turbo kit on this eventually. But right now, just as it sits, man, this is a potent car. And I cannot wait to see what we do with tires just alone. Not to mention everything else we want to do with this thing. There's a lot of different ways we can go with it. But it's gonna be an interesting, wild ride, but very, very happy with it. The regen is fine. This is not a wheel-to-wheel race car. This is a time trial car, time attack car. You get 2 laps on a 200 tread tire and they're toast anyways. So really, that's not even a factor in my opinion for the type of things we're wanting to do. So really happy with it. And I think you guys, if you're on the fence, if you want to get an ERay, Z06, Stingray, there's going to be differences to all of them. You know, there's the Z06, of course, is an amazing machine. I mean, GM designed it that way for the track specifically. But with this car, the ERay, as you've probably heard other people say, it's a great all-around car. You can drive it in the snow if you want. The traction's there, all-wheel drive, hybrid, mid-engine. I mean, that's like amazing combination right there in and of itself, out of the US manufacturer, no less. Very excited about this car, very excited about the platform, and we're only gonna go further from here. I cannot wait to show you guys what we have in store and I'm really excited about it, and I think you guys should be too. Please, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, check out our website, PitesPerformanceTunes.com, at Pites Performance on Instagram, and above all else, guys, stay tuned.